All right, man. Let's talk about the Jameson Williams hype train. They really pushing the Jameson Williams hype train. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, they really pushing the Jameson Williams hype train with the Lions. I mean, they showing pictures, giving showing videos, giving updates. Carlton Davis was the first one to big him up. Dan Campbell said he's the man on a mission out there, and that's all he gonna say. I mean, he's being eccentric with some of the catches that he's making, and it's a big year. Said that's the first time that he had a real full camp, offseason and all that. Remember last year he had the injury in the first preseason game, then he turned around and had to do the suspension. So, I know it was a Vikings page. I think it was a Vikings fans page. It might have been a subsidiary of Sports Illustrated saying that the Lions fans and Lions are still trying to push that Jameson Williams isn't a bust. I mean, usually, to their credit, usually receivers hit the ground running, but his case was a little bit different. For people who don't know, but check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. This pollen is crazy out here. But his case was different from the simple fact that, didn't play a lot in college, transferred from Ohio State. I think, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave were ahead of him in Ohio State. I think Jackson and Jigba and all those guys played ahead of him, so he transferred to Ohio State. Transferred from Ohio State to Alabama, became the guy, hurt himself in the national championship game. We moved up in the draft, got him. So he came in with a busted ACL. They played him at the end of the season. Him and Jared Goff had some issues, couldn't get on, couldn't connect with each other. Then he got suspended for the gambling. That got reduced for gambling at the team hotel on the college game. That got reduced. With that getting reduced, then he suffered the injury in preseason. Then last season, then it was talking about trusting him, and he had the drops in preseason. It was talking about trusting him and stuff of that nature. Then he really started to come alive, really started to mature. His father seemed like a really solid dude too, man. He said this is what he signed up for, so it wasn't no babying from the daddy neither. So this is the first full year that he get an opportunity, to really, prove himself going into his third year. The first year I feel like didn't count. Last year when he missed 3 or 4 games, so missing a month trying to get it going. So now we get an opportunity to see him really going. His body mature. Hopefully, if he can get off the line of scrimmage physically, and he could beat press coverage, I think, and clean his routes up, I think it's a wrap. It's a guy who ain't played a lot of football. They say he looking faster, more explosive, So, it's a dude that do a lot in the community. And for the most part, some of the guys in their 40 got maturity issues. So, you give somebody millions and millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? So, it's tough to deal with. He had a lot of fame and a lot of fortune real quick. You gotta think about it. From a no-go at Ohio State to a star when he stepped on to Alabama, to then, all within like a year and some change, going to the NFL and dealing with an ACL injury. So, but they getting behind them, mentally, spiritually, obviously physically they getting after it without the pads on and all that type of stuff. And the question at this point is, that can he put it all together? Because they don't seem to be going to get no help right now at receiver. So, with them letting Josh Reynolds go, letting DJ Shark go the previous season, they gonna roll with Green, J-Mo, Khalif, St. Brown, Donovan Peoples-Jones. You know what I'm saying? They gonna run with those guys. That's who they running with. It ain't no doubt that each one of those guys are physically talented and fast. Donovan Peoples-Jones is an elite athlete at 6'3". It's just opportunity and staying healthy. Khalif Raymond is an elite athlete. Jameson Williams is an elite athlete. Antoine Green, we seen what he did in that Carolina game in preseason last year. I think it was preseason. He was electric. He can run. So, and Brad Holmes said he liked what he seen from Green. He said it. He said, I like what I seen from Green and from behind the scenes and working every day. So, they believe in him. He had a roster spot all last year. You got a couple guys that was on the practice squad who can make some hay. So, You know, the Jameson Williams hype, they not just speaking about it. I think in their actions, they showing it. As far as, you know, not going out there getting a T. Higgins or not going out there trying to get another a big name receiver. They standing on business. So they truly believe in J-Mo, man. They truly believe in J-Mo, and you know they trying to give him some rah confidence behind him. Yeah, you know, something. I think a lot of people need affirmation. A lot of people need that push in their back. You know, I think a lot of people need that, man. So he might not need it, but you just don't want that jolt of confidence. And everybody saying he looking good, he physically looking good. You hear some reports where he had a so-so day where he dropped the slant, but then caught a bomb. So, you know, at the end of the day, maybe he won't be one of those guys that go over the middle. Well, you know, that Randy Moss wasn't one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He really ain't physically made to be going over the middle. Like St. Brown is built like a little muscle. J-Mo, he probably ain't built like that to go over in the middle, but you would like to see it so you can have full capabilities to move him around the offense to do things. But that's things he can work on. You know, and maybe Jared Goff, you know, instead of, you know, throwing it out when they throwing them slants and leading them in the slants, maybe you just hit them right in the numbers where you could just catch it and protect yourself and get down. But going over in the middle, it ain't for the faint of hearts. Yeah, they can't hit you like they used to hit you, but that's the good and the bad thing. The bad thing about it really is they gonna hit you low. So they being encouraged to hit low. You know, so going over the middle, man, it takes a special type of player to go over them tight ends. Shout out to Kelsey and Laporta and Hawkinson and Kittles who make a living over the middle. You know, shout out to St. Brown, Wes Welker, guys like that, Julia Edelman, Hunter Winfro, Jacoby Myers, dudes who make a living over the middle. You know, the guys who make a living over the middle, man, they ain't no fan art. And shout out to people who do kick return, because boy, oh boy, if you ain't got no awareness and your head ain't on the swivel doing kick return, you can be going to see them pearly whites. You're going to be seeing them pearly white gates. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Find me everywhere. Just hit the link tree. Peace.